I can smell sounds. I can hear colors. Yes. What do you think a color as a sound would like sound like? You know, how would that happen? Like how would your brain even begin to process that information? Well, you probably wouldn't recognize it as a sound, right? So like, if you were to hear a color, then it wouldn't be a color, it'd be a sound. So you wouldn't recognize it as a color. You recognize a sound. So we may be hearing sound. We may be hearing colors already. We may already be hearing colors, and we just don't know it because whenever we hear anything, we process a sound and not a color. So like hearing like a pop, that could be like the color pink. We wouldn't know. We wouldn't know. We wouldn't know. We would have absolutely no idea. Not to mention, the idea of an idea is completely fabricated by man. It's like like all of this, all of around you watching the video, me rambling to myself, this game that I'm playing, all of this is all created by man. You know, like, because like I'm talking to two microphones, and one of the microphones is attached to a crane, which is attached to a USB, which goes to my computer, and all of that had to be individually invented at some point. And I think it's really interesting. I think it's something we have to explore upon, because the idea that everything that we see is or being invented or was invented is really eye-opening. I think as a generation we should really take into account that all, because then we'd be much more grateful about where we are in our life and our generation than right now, because right now we aren't exactly in the best spot, I'd say, with our generation. So I think that it would be really eye-opening. It would show us a lot about our world and about why we should be grateful for everything that we see around us. And personally, whenever I go outside and I see a tree, I always imagine how it kind of looks like a person, you know? It looks like it could look like a person. But most of the time, if you notice its branches, it kind of looks like lungs, you know? So I think it's fascinating because trees breathe. They do indeed breathe. That's how they it's photosynthesis, which is it's how trees are alive at all. And that's another thing to be brought up, is that we're alive at all, and that if you were to cut yourself open, don't do that please, and looked inside, you would see blood and muscle and bone and vital organs. And I think that's really fascinating, because that means that our entire system, our entire way we live, all of the pain and everything that we've ever gone through in our entire life is just a flesh suit with organs and things going, with things keeping it alive, and without them we would be nothing. And it really brings to light the mortality of the human race, and how in just a single moment you could lose that mortality. You could lose yourself. And I really think that's what this game is showing me, is an eye-opener as to how the human mind is easily broken, easily malleable to whatever situation that it's being thrown in. And I feel very enlightened by this game. This game has taught me a lot about about like our existence and where we are in life, and the fact that we can't fly, and we don't have a giant pineapple gun that shoots fireballs, and we don't have magic, and we don't have water breathing, and it shows the limitations of the human body. And that's fascinating. That's something to explore. I think that we should spend a lot more time exploring that idea, and that possibility. So I think that if I were to have a say in the matter, I personally think that we should oh jeez, I died. Okay. I really think that as a generation, we should spend more time, where am I going? Or whatever. I think we should spend more time exploring the human limitations, because, you know, like, we're not all invincible. We don't have superpowers and everything. And this game is really eye-opening about that. It's really eye-opening about what is that? It's really eye-opening about the limitations of the human body, you know? So I'm very glad that I'm playing this game. I'm very thankful to have this beautiful game show me the world, and you know, show me the limitations and the dreams and the fever dreams that the world can seem like, the chaos that the world can be in. I think that's really special. I think that's incredibly special. I think that's beautiful in a way. And
another tourist enters this land of pipes.
What? And I'd like to thank my mother and for giving birth to me, because it really is interesting.
Listen, tourist, there is
Tornado.
I think it's really fascinating.
Punched off all my arms and legs.
I think it's really interesting
plagued with these tools.
watching, as you could tell from the footage happening right now. I'm fighting this boss. It's Sergeant Sucker Punch, and it actually is a really tragic story, as it follows the fact that this man lost all of his limbs. He lost all of his limbs and lost everything. He lost everything. He lost his arms, his legs, and he put plungers onto his arms and legs, and I think that is truly a sign of human resilience. Just look at this man. He didn't let his disability stop him, and he put on plungers to show that he is above all. That the world can't stop him. That's a very valuable lesson, that we shouldn't let our disabilities get to the best of us. It's a very valuable lesson that no matter what happens, we could still move on. We could still go. We could still go to the other side. And that's just amazing. That's just special. It's special in a way. I'm glad that I get to see this amazing game showing me the mortality of who I am, and showing the mortality of the creature that I inhabit, the flesh suit that I wear every day. Just to show that there are a lot of things in life that try to stop us. Our limitations of physics, the limitation of our bodies, the disabilities that life throw at us, the everything. But as Sergeant Sucker Punch so wonderfully put it, he didn't let that stop him. He put on the clog, removed all of his arms and legs, and yet he ultimately carried on. He kept going. He didn't let anything stop him in the face of danger and in the face of something that seemed like all was lost, like he would never be able to walk again because of the clog. But he fought past that. He got past that. He kept going. He kept going. He kept going on and on. He never once stopped to let life catch up with him. Even though I just committed first degree murder, actually self-defense against this man, I think what's really special is that, as Scott Cawthon put it in one of his FNAF posts, it's special in a way and a fitting conclusion, and I really appreciate that quote about a completely different subject, because it shows that even things that are completely unrelated to one another, they could still line up and match, and they could still bounce off one another to create a perfect story, to create an amazing message, and an amazing life story, an amazing reason to love Juice Galaxy. And I think, and it's free too. It's a free game, and whenever you want to, you could go to itch.io and download this masterpiece and experience for yourself the amazing physics and the sandbox of the game. You don't even have to have my combo that I've chosen with my pineapple gun and my tiny son spellbook. You don't even need that. You could choose whatever class you want to prevail in the face of danger, and be like Sergeant Sucker Punch, and that you don't let what other people say bring you down. And it's amazing. It's an amazing message. And even though I'm committing genocide on hundreds of innocent monsters, but if you look past that, you'll see that there are obstacles in life, obstacles keeping me from getting to my dreams, and I'm getting past them. I'm shooting fireballs and burning the obstacles to get past, which isn't the most healthy option, I will admit, but it's special in the way that it's perfectly showing the world that no matter what happens, you can push through. You could make it through. I really do think that it's just amazing how the human mind prevails in the face when all seems lost, all seems completely gone. Seems like nothing's going your way, nothing's gonna work, I'm stuck here forever, I'm never gonna get that dream job, I'm never gonna get the position in Dota 2 competitive that I wanted. No, you don't let that stop. You keep going, you keep fighting to get that dream, to get that platinum rank in a competitive game, you know? You keep fighting. And that's the ultimate lesson of Juice Galaxy. Is that even when all seems lost, all seems completely gone, you can prevail in the face of danger and not let your limitations and disabilities break you. It's fantastic, really. It's amazing, and I really do think that this game is just going to keep us driving forward. I really do think that you too should download and play Juice Galaxy, and if nothing else, you could at least watch the video, the short video. It's a short video, mind you, a short video about Juice Galaxy and its amazing message. But honestly, we're not done here, because there's still so much to explore within this game. There's still so much to say about this game. There's so much to say. For example, this cabin that I'm in, it's a very sad cabin in the fact that there's no one here. No matter what you do, you're alone. But no one ever let that stop them. No one ever let that tell them tell them no. They lived in this cabin, and just like the dead body in the bedroom, they lived in this cabin until they died, and they were happy. And they were glad, and they were happy. That's really another thing to bring up, is that it doesn't really matter about what's going on in your life, as long as you can keep yourself happy, and you can always just attempt to look up and just always keep your chin up in the face of absolute loss. And that's really again is the true message of Juice Galaxy, is that as said before, you can't let things stop you. So it's just quite special. The great thing about Juice Galaxy is that it's all masked in a psychedelic adventure, and I think it's really sad that they had to condense it into a psychedelic adventure, because there are some people out there that can't play this game. There are some people out there that can't watch this video because it's photosensitive. It'll make it's got flashing lights and colors, and really, if you have epilepsy or you have migraines or a concussion or something, you can't see this. You can't see this. You can't see this masterpiece of a game, and I think that's incredibly sad, and I feel bad for those people. And I almost wish that they would make a non-flashing lights version of this game, like a game that has this plays the exact same, except all of the animations that make it flashy and photosensitive are gone, so that they too can, even if it's a lesser experience, they'll still see the experience that Juice Galaxy has to offer to all ages. All ages. If you're 20 and you play this game, if you're having a mortality crisis, this is the perfect game for you. This is the perfect game for you. There's no two ways about it. I think that it'd get you out of a mortality crisis. I think that it would open your eyes, and it would again, that's really the amazing part of this game, is how much it enlightens you, and how much it shows you the world, and what to learn from it ultimately. And that even when you think that all seems lost, you can push through. And ants. About ants, as we're going into, looks like a hive of some sort. Wasps, of course. We're going to notice is that this was completely dug out. This was completely created by these wonderful creatures known as wasps. And I really think that wasps are underrated. I think wasps are underrated because wasps are a great way to show that you could create anything that you want out of dreams and effort and constant practice. And because wasps and bees and ants create their hives out of stuff that they collect. They create those hives and those and those hives and those nests and those hills just from pure effort alone. Just pure effort. Do you know how dedicated that is? You know how resilient that is? And as you can tell on the screen right now, there is there's a queen, like a king queen, and that's another thing, is that you truly are the queen of your life. You can do whatever you want. You could do anything in the world, as long as it doesn't hurt others, and as long as it's plausible and can be achieved. It is in the realm of physics. Then you could do anything you want. If you want to sit down and create a junk jetpack, like a jetpack made out of junk, or a jetpack for your junk, and sit down and decide to make it, you can, with your buddies. And if it doesn't work, you tried. And that's the important thing. And really, what's most amazing about this is that no matter what happens, the queen bee still sticks with her hive. I'm not exactly sure if this is correct, but I'd imagine that a queen bee would like to go down with their ship. Or at least try to. So what I think is really interesting about all of this is that even though another thing is that you can't make your dreams too much, because as shown right now, this queen is being beaten by a flying jelly bean, and that tells you, I should tell you a few things. And one, the first thing that it should tell you is that if you're not careful, your dreams will be crushed. They will be destroyed. So you just have to be very careful about how you choose your dreams and what dreams you choose. And honestly, they completely created this entire castle that I'm going through. They created it completely. They created this, and I think that's fantastic. And this is, you see, what's even better is this is God, and God's watching you as I burn the children. As our God Signy here, Lord, bow to him. He just declared that the developer of this game was taking a break and told him to watch over. And I think that's amazing. I think that's great. I think that we should all be like signing, and we should be accountable, and stick in our spot and make sure that whenever our friend gets back, that we are there for them. That we're there. That we're there. That we're there. I want to thank you all for coming to my TED Talk. And for sticking with me on this venture. If you made it this far, I'm proud of you. I have no idea why you decided to stick with this, but I'm not complaining. So, if you like this TED Talk, then maybe I'll do another. But thank you all for coming to my TED Talk. If you like this video, please look at a comment down below. Subscribe to the Snacky Empire. It's not the Snacky Empire anymore. It's just the Empire. So please consider subscribing, and I will see you all. And if you want to see something again like this, then next time I go on a massive ramble like this, I'll release it. I will release it. I will do it. So thank you all so much for watching. We've learned a lot of things today, and they are all so incredibly valuable that I really think that I wouldn't have wished for anything else. And as I take the holy hammer, smash it into the nearest civilian that I see. This one. We did it. I think that's a good place to stop. Farewell, my friends. I go to the skies. Oh!